So this will be a follow-up regarding the turbine generative AI 3D model. So let's see, do we have a little bit of performance regression in some cases? We see that this will be the output model for CSM that they just processed. And we see over here, based on the original image, it recreated this, but it also added a lot to the model. So everything in the back is quite weirdly defined in shape. We have another case study over here. We see the reference image, and this will be the output 3D model. Now this is a lot better. We don't have a lot of added geometry, but we see over here on the hexagon facets over here on the top that we have a little bit of deviation. Now the same model has been processed over here using triple, and we see that hexagon will be at the top, but again we see a little bit of regression in this case for triple. The model that was initially developed was a lot better, and we see over here this is one of those, and we have the top shape with the hexagon, we have the blades over here, and at the bottom the tool decided to add the following element. If you're going to check over here the previous model generated using triple, let me just search it, it will be this one. We're going to see that it actually added the shaft, and this was the output. And also we saw that CSM outputted some weird shapes before it outputted the following. So as you can see, over here this hexagon face was not that well defined, but we also had different ones, like this one. Now let's take a look at the following model over here. This will be regarding Spark 3D, and this will be the output model. We see over here the top hexagon shape is quite well defined. And I also added this within Blender so we can better visualize it. This will be the model with Rodin. That means at this end, this will be the one generated by Spark. And this will be the original 3D scan. In this case, if I will align those two, so this is the 3D generative AI made with Spark. This is the 3D scan. I will use the align tools. So I will select both of those and I want to align them. And let's see, now on the x-axis, they will align as following. So I still need to rotate this a little bit on the x-axis. This will be an overlap, and I can also have it scaled. And we see how well this generative AI model is in terms of geometry compared to the reference, that is the 3D scan. We see over here the profile of the blade is quite well defined according to the reference. We see this hexagonal shape. Now regarding the overall surface finish, this is the 3D scan. We see the triangulation over here, and this is the one made by generative AI. So it does require a little bit of additional smoothing over here, especially for the hexagon face. And this is something that was also present within the CSM model, as we recall over here. So we see over here those faces. Now, I also processed the same model within Viscom to see if we have any performance regression within this model. And overall, the output will look like this. We're going to see that Viscom also added over here a shaft on the bottom. So this is one of those case studies. And this is using the following image. So we see over here a perspective image, and this will be the outputted model. In this case, the model has quite a lot of added geometry, and the overall shape is oddly deformed over here at the back, as we can see. So this is, in some cases, this can be, let's say, a regression using the same input. Because the other models that were generated with Viscom were the following. So this was one of those. Again, it added a lot of elements to the back. So Viscom most likely always added. And this is the other model. And this is the triangulated smooth mesh. So we see the ones from Viscom are starting from this one with the standard, but usually standard is not a very good model. we see the quad mesh, we see over here the triangle smooth and the quad sharp. And this will be CSM, as we can see over here. So overall, out of all those analyzed models, I think that this one is the closest, especially over here where it had that information. We see that resemblance between the 3D scan over here on the right and the generative AI to the left. Regarding the elements on the back, let's say we see those different changes over here. We see over here that this was flat, and over here that shape was filled differently by the generative AI. But considering that it only had the following input, so perspective image, something like this is quite a good example, as we can see it over here. So this is the output 3D model, and this is the reference. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this kind of content. Let me know what's your opinion regarding this. Do we see also some performance, let's say, problems that the newer models have? And in some cases, they would output a model that is not that well defined as it has previously done. So the same tool, but a different algorithm, and the output will be a little bit worse in this case. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this content. You will find a similar video on the left side and also a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.